When life knocks you down, and life will knock you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Welcome to Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. This is my August spending update. What we're going to look at here is all of my spending in August, and you're going to see it's quite a bit higher than the $900 a month that I plan to spend normally, which is my pension leftover money. The first thing that we have here is $74.99 for my car expense, and that's because I needed an oil change after driving from Alabama to Omaha and back to Alabama. As you can see, I spent $353.24 on restaurant. I kept my restaurant spending as low as possible on this 2-week trip because I knew that my hotel expenses were going to be high. Now keep in mind, anything that I spent between Alabama and Kansas City is a tax write-off because I went on a business trip to meet with a person that I loaned money to on real estate. So $353.24, most of that was restaurant spent on my way to Kansas City and on my way home from Kansas City. When I left Kansas City and went to Omaha, Nebraska, that part of the trip was not a business trip. So that part of the trip was not counted in anything that I could write off at the end of the year. For PetSmart and Wags, which is my puppy and his doggy daycare, that was $170.88. I paid for daycare and grooming this month. My vacation hotel, which was the total amount that I spent between the entire 2-week trip, was $2,268.43. As I mentioned, most of that is a tax write-off, but not all of that. So you have to keep very detailed records if you're going to write off business expenses. Vacation gas, $234.66. Again, most of that is a tax write-off. And that was cheaper than me flying to Omaha and then renting a car and driving around. Next is just the gas that I've spent here at home, which is regular gas expenses, which is $47.33. Next we have Amazon. Amazon spending was quite a bit because I bought some items for my dog to be more comfortable at the RV. Now also within the Amazon spending of $257.14 was a birthday gift for a friend of mine. Then we have lawn care. I had the lawn care person come and do my entire yard, which is $250 once, and then I'm having him do part of my yard tomorrow, which is $80. So the total is $330. Then I have CVS Medical. That's for my A1C monitor that I buy, and it's also $40 for blood work that I have done. Keep in mind, again, these are tax write-offs because these receipts go with my HSA. I invest HSA money, and then in the future, I can use these receipts to get back this $138.25, 100% tax free. The total spent on Sam's Club this month, because most of the month I wasn't here, is $31.61. I don't normally spend a lot at Sam's Club. The cash that I get out of Walmart just for my trip to Nebraska was $80, just in case I needed something on the road that would only be cash. During this 2-week trip, I stopped at Walmart a couple of times just to grab some snacks to take on the road with me, and to help me keep my restaurant spending down. So this was $57 that I spent on various food at Walmart to keep my restaurant spending down. So let's get to the total spent for this month. The grand total spent for this month was $4,043.53. That's quite a bit above my $900 a month that I'm trying to live with. But remember, when I go on vacation, I spend more than the $900. I think in September, where I have a normal month where I'm not traveling, I should be able to stay under the $900 a month. And remember, the $900 a month is what I have left over from my pension after my household expenses are paid. Let's look at my total spending for the month, which includes my tax planner that I spent $5,000 on this month. Then I also spent the $4,043.53 during my travel. Most of my travel was a tax write-off. The $5,000 that I spent on my tax planner, which includes him doing my 2025 taxes, and also part of that charge is him entering my rental properties into his computer system. All of that is a tax write-off. Now, I spent a total this month of $9,043.53 on my credit card. However, because I paid off some of it as I went, I only owe $8,000 on my credit card. Now, my spending on rental properties this year to buy more rental properties was $30,000 on a line of credit. So I owe $38,000. I plan to pay all of that off by the end of this year. First, I'm going to pay off the credit card of $8,000. You might say, how do you do that on $900 a month? Well, keep in mind, any teaching income that comes in will go to pay off the credit card first and then the line of credit. Also, if I have any rental cash flow, which is variable, you don't know, but if I have rental cash flow, that will also go first to pay off the credit card and then to pay off the line of credit. I will keep you updated every month on how I'm doing with my debt payoff journey. And also, if I have any money left over from the $900 that I'm trying to live below every month, that money will go first to the credit card and then to the lines of credit. Lastly, I have started an emergency fund. I put away $50 every time I get any income whatsoever. So when my pension comes in, I put away $50. When I get a teaching paycheck, I put away $50. When I get my rental income, I put away $50. So it could add up. I have a baby emergency fund now, and someday I will report on how big that emergency fund is, but it's not quite $1,000 as of yet. But I've just started doing this. Keep in mind, excuses won't pay off debt. Action will. Never let your past determine your future.